WHOW app. AgriTalk on WHOW.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today, Mr. Curt Nettles, is the superintendent of Clinton Schools. Good morning, Mr. Nettles. How are you? So, nearly off to retirement for you, sir. What's on your mind as you embark on your final time on the radio with me, or at least in your school capacity time on the radio with me?
What to wear tomorrow?
Are you now? Are you so when you're home, Cat? Are you a shorts and t-shirt guy?
Oh, yeah.
Are you? Yeah. Okay.
That's
casual.
I'm wearing jeans and Clinton t-shirt.
Yeah,
today.
we've got the same shirt
We have
today.
The same shirt on. So
and we didn't even plan it that way, by the way.
No, we don't do that. I am a jeans, boots, sweatshirt, t-shirt kind of guy.
You're an outdoorsy guy. I
Sure.
feel like you like working in the
I
yard,
like being
and
outside,
moving the dirt, all those good things.
wear flannel a lot in the wintertime.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Well, first of all, congratulations on making
Thanks.
it this far, and
Yeah.
it's one of those bittersweet moments, I think, for a lot of people to.
Oh yeah.
That you get to move on to retirement, but the district loses a great leader. Before we get into some of that, though, let's highlight school board meeting from Tuesday night. Follow up there, and had some FFA kids in the audience. Tell me about what the FFA chapter's up to.
So we had some reps from there. What they did was highlight a lot of the achievements that the kids had this year, and there's I can't even try to sum up what all they did because they were extremely active as a chapter, and our members did a lot of great things. They placed really well in a lot of contests that they go to, anything from judging livestock to speeches and things of that nature. So communications is a big thing in FFA these days, more than it was like when I was in FFA, but they do it all. That ranges from that to all the livestock judging and soil judging and everything in between. But the cool thing is, after that, we got to meet the livestock judging team that has qualified for nationals, and they were there seeking permission from the school board to attend nationals later on. And the date of that escapes me at the moment, but I'm wholeheartedly recommended to the board that we let them go if we can come up with travel arrangements that are agreeable. There'd be 5 students that would go. If I'm correct, it's the 3 Schick girls, Emily Atten and Howell.
No,
Davis
Howell, yeah.
So they've all done really well. I think the 4 young ladies I mentioned are all into cattle farming and cattle showing, and so they do really well with that. We all know Davis is into the swine production. So a chance to go out to Massachusetts for nationals. That's a great opportunity for them, and we're excited for that to happen.
Yeah, FFA chapter, doing a lot of good things in Clinton for sure.
One of the things they mentioned is how many kids. They mentioned 253 of the kids in the high school are involved in either ag classes and or FFA.
That's like a 30-year student body, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah,
half.
It's more. It's like half.
Half, okay.
And then we've got 136 kids in the junior high involved in either the STEM or the ag shop mechanics class and all that. So
wow,
yeah. So that program is thriving.
Good to hear. Talk to me about the accelerated placement policy. What's this?
So a while back, State Board of Education came out with a rule that all school districts have to have a policy on accelerated placement. Mostly what that is used for is how soon can you get a child into kindergarten. There is a date that says if they turn 5 before or on September 1st, they can enroll in kindergarten. Most districts that I'm aware of hold very fast to that date because if you start trying to play with that a little bit, you're going to leave some out and let some in. So this district and my previous districts have all held very closely to that date. But what you need is a policy that allows you to consider putting a child in kindergarten. That's not going to be 5 by September 1. So we had the board approve a policy on that, and basically what that does is allow parents to bring in their child to be screened, to have some testing done, and to see what the child's all about. And it is possible that we would put a child into kindergarten if they're academically ready, if they're emotionally and maturity-wise ready to do that, because, number one, we may not have had this child in pre-K. They may have been going somewhere else, and then or staying at home. And I think we've got a lot of kids out there at 4 years old that are doing quite well at home, learning to read already and doing all kinds of good things. So it's very well worth looking at. So we put a plan in place, and we would run any requests made by parents. We would run the child through those processes.
Gotcha. Very good. Mr. Nettles, moving around $1 million, that's a lot of money to be playing with. What are you doing there?
Well, not playing with it, for one.
Darn it, I wondered if you let me get by with that one.
I was going to make a joke, but then I thought, no sense in getting in trouble on my last radio show.
Oh, come on. You're on the way out. What can they do to you?
Well, I'm going to live here,
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Fair enough.
And I am a taxpayer. So what were we talking about? Oh,
$1 million
transfer. So we're going to move $1 million from the working cash fund, which is basically like a savings account, into the education fund. Our education fund has a very low tax rate of 184. Most unit districts have tax rates in the ed fund of 3 or higher. So we don't bring in a lot of local property tax revenue in that fund. So occasionally we're going to spend more than we have coming in, so we'll use our working cash money to offset that. But we've planned on that working cash money being in there. We have it all set up. That's why it's there. We have reserves. We have money in the bank. So it's not an issue. It's not like we have a huge deficit that we can't fill or anything like that. The school district is still a 4.0 out of 4 on its financial rating because of everything, all the reserves we have, the resources we have, and our ability to finance things and pay it off quickly. So,
talk to me about no July school board meeting. This is kind of an annual thing under your, I say regime. I feel like that's a terrible word.
Oh, regime sounds negative.
It does. It does. Under your leadership, tutelage.
Okay, that's good. It wasn't my idea to begin with. I had a couple of colleagues who had brought that up years ago, and traditionally, the first few years I was here, and even in my previous district, a July board meeting takes about 10 minutes. There's the business of hiring and doing a number of things really slows down, and actually, although the business cycle continues in July, it's not as hectic as June at all. So we've had board meetings in July that took less time than it took to walk in from the parking lot, and it's not worth it, really. So
that speaks to how far away your parking lot is from the building. You really got to get that thing closer to it.
Well, actually, no, it's close. That's why the meetings are. I mean, that just goes to how short the meetings are.
See, I view it the other way because I have to make that walk, Mr. Nettles.
Either way. The last several years, we've done a resolution at the June board meeting to not have the regular July board meeting, but it gives us permission to pay necessary bills and then provide that documentation to the board for approval at the August meeting. That way bills don't go unpaid and things like that. And it gives the board members a break from coming to a meeting. It gives us a break from preparing for one, although all the record keeping is the same. We just don't have that prep work to do a board meeting. It's July. Everybody would like a little bit of a breather.
Very good. Clinton School Superintendent Curt Nettles in studio with us here this morning. I should have led or finished up the business or the meeting recap with the $1 million transfer, and then transitioned into. I wanted to ask, as you step into retirement. If you don't mind, give us a summary on where the district leaves financially with you out the door and Mr. Goebel taking over. I'm sure he's well aware of the financial state of the district, given that's kind of right up his alley. Yeah, but just your thoughts on that.
Like I said earlier, we have a financial rating system the state board has. We get audited. The state board reviews everything. It's out of 4. We are 4.0. We've been a 4.0 out of 4 almost all of the 9 years that I've been here, And we owe that to our large tax base that we have, primarily because of the power plant. We do invest the money that we have. We try to make things grow. We try to have as many resources as we can. We're able to finance things quickly if we don't want to use cash to do it. It's in a great shape. It's in better shape than other. Not that other school districts around us are in bad shape. I think everybody's doing pretty well these days. But Clinton is in very good shape. And Mr. Goebel has been the business manager, now assistant superintendent, but he's been in charge of the budget and all those things ever since he came into the district office 6 years ago. So he's highly familiar with all of it and understands it well. So I feel really good about where we are as I'm walking out the door. And as a person who owns property in the district and lives in the district and a taxpayer, I feel great about it.
Yeah. Facilities, there's some things going on in the district and on its grounds this summer. Give us the summary of what's happening, how it's going, and again, just kind of your thoughts on where you leave the district in a facility standpoint.
Okay. So we started the facilities plan a couple of years ago to kind of get things started and get the ball rolling, as I knew I would be, leaving here in 2024. And again, the building committee from the board, Mr. Goebel had been working on that. Ryan Black, Jeff, we get a lot of help from them too. So it's a lot of hands in there, a lot of preparation, a lot of planning. So again, we have the high school project going on, replacing the main grid for electricity. That's kind of the under the radar thing. That's going very well. By July 22, they're saying it's going to be flip the switch back on. Also, simultaneously putting in a new chiller unit for air conditioning, a new boiler for heating. So heating and air and electricity at the high school will be A+, fresh and good for another 30 years.
Efficient?
As efficient as you can be, heating and air conditioning that many square feet, yes. So it really should save, I think, on the energy costs, but it does give satisfaction, peace of mind that nothing's going to break down. I mean, electricity, the heating and air, and all those things. So that's going as planned. The work out on the football field, if you've been by, you see the light poles are now down. The track is out. The football field's being prepped for the turf to come in. So by August, I don't know what the date will be, middle of August, 1st of August, they'll have the turf field laid, they'll have the track around it, and the new light poles up. The bleachers will not change yet. Hopefully that they'll be able to get that accomplished a year from now. But it should be a real sharp-looking field and track and everything. And that is on track. That is on pathway to completion as predetermined. So I can't wait to see what it looks like, jog around that track, take a walk on that football field. So as of tomorrow, though, I'm going to stay out of their way and let them get it done. I'll be there for any opening ceremony or ribbon cutting because a lot of hard work and planning's gone into that. I'm super excited for the kids and the community members here to get that.
Sure. Pun intended. You'll be handing the ball off on that facilities, improvement plan to Mr. Goebel. So
And really, I tasked him a few years ago with managing that because I thought it would be great preparation. Because we've known for the last 4 years my retirement date. So we got the plan going and we got board approval for the plan. And I asked Drew. I said, "Hey, I want you to take it and run with it. I'll obviously be in the loop and be at a lot of the meetings and everything, but he's the key point person on it."
Very good. Well, he takes it. He'll take the handoff on that come July 1. So not really take the handoff, but he'll continue that come July 1 for sure.
Friday afternoon, actually.
Easy enough. Mr. Nettles, let's break here, my friend. Come back and put a bow on your time in education in Clinton. Looking forward to that conversation. Curt Nettles, Superintendent of Clinton Schools, in studio with us. More to come with him on the morning show.
WHOW.
Here's owner Dave Jackson at your Clinton Save-A-Lot Fighting Inflation 2024.
I look at every cost increase, every suggested retail price, and many times I'll go with the suggested, it depends, or I'll not go up as much, won't go up at all. I just can't raise things as fast as the market is going. I can't do that, and I look at that and go, how can we sell this for this retail? This is crazy.
Dave fights inflation every day at your Clinton Save-A-Lot.
Hope to see you soon.
I'm John Prater, your new country financial agent at 320 East Van Buren in Clinton. I'm excited to be a part of the Clinton community and make a promise to you to provide the best personal service possible to my present and future policyholders. And with the help of our new staff members, Elena and Kelly, our office is open for your questions or concerns every day, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Stop by and meet me, John Prater, and my staff here at our Country Financial office in Clinton. I am looking forward to meeting you.
Find out how you and your family can save up to 40% on the meat, produce, and grocery items you use every day by clicking the Clinton Save-A-Lot icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Peterson Insurance Services in Clinton is a 2014 Pekin Insurance Illinois Agency of the Year. Jay Peterson here from Peterson Insurance. Find out about Pekin's auto, home, or life insurance by clicking on our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Connie at Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton. This month, our whole store is on sale because your total purchase is 10% off. Come check out our huge selection of adult, kids, and summer clothes. And remember, everything is 10% off. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. It's greening up out there.
Time to work on my golf game.
And a perfect time to make that big move.
Like when my ball moves towards that tree. Oh, geez. 4.
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
Call Utterback Real Estate or click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Our guest in studio for the final time as the leader of the Clinton School District, Curt Nettles, with us today. And Mr. Nettles, I wanted to... First of all, say when you first got to Clinton, I was super excited because, many folks have heard us reference you were my principal when I was in 8th grade. I will say your first day here, some things I heard happened here mirror my experience with you at the junior high. Hands-on, helping students, sympathetic to and compassionate to new students. I think that only set the stage for what your tenure would be like.
So I never set out to be a teacher and all the things that I did, but I became interested in it. And I've always just liked working with kids anyway. So the teaching thing went well for a few years, and I coached, and the coaching thing's hard. But I wanted to help more. I wasn't the greatest classroom teacher. I was fine. Mm-hmm. But I felt like I could do more, so I got into administration. So, and that's a hard job.
Yeah.
And I had a hard job when you were in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But that just pushed me to do all that, and I learned a lot about kids and their families, and then that sympathetic part, that trying to help kids. You can see, and you've witnessed this as a young man going through school, the junior high in Lincoln and the high school, and living over here and doing what you do, it's like people need help. And that's kind of what I wanted to do and be. And it just grew from there. Had a ton of opportunities. And this being my last stop in my career, I would say my job in Lincoln, where we were, shaped me as to how I was going to be going forward.
The stuff you faced over there. I mean, if people heard the stories we still reflect on, it is unreal, the stuff we had to deal with.
But we were dealing with it. I think that's the main thing. Don't let it go. Deal
right.
with it. So I've always tried to deal with things, take things head on, even when it wasn't popular to do, and it all worked out for the best. So
I want to read you a text message I got this morning. There's no doubt one of Mr. Nettles' biggest accomplishments during his tenure as superintendent is that he has changed the culture of our school district. There is a great team feeling across all K-12 staff and administrators that we haven't had before. Even more importantly, we have quality administrators seeking out employment in our district. CUSD 15 has become a place outsiders want to come and work, and that is due to Mr. Nettles. He will be greatly missed, and we have a great duo in Mr. Goebel and Mrs. Jensen to carry the torch and keep making improvements.
So the last part of that I would definitely agree with is that Kara and Drew are going to be a great team, already have been. Whoever sent you that, I appreciate everything that they said. I've had tons of help. And you've heard me say that my wife has been biggest part of this. So,
yep.
Even when you were a kid.
Yep. Hopefully, hopefully my name didn't come into the conversation when we went home those days.
No,
but
I can't say enough about the help and support I've gotten. So I totally appreciate it.
What do you view as your biggest accomplishment in Clinton schools?
I guess what that person just said. I wanted to help create a culture and a brand for this school district. So that people wanted to come here and be here and work here and stay here. And I'd say for the most part, that's been the case. So I'm proud of that. But glory goes to God because I want to be right. I want to be good.
Yeah, and it's funny because over the years, the school district I've come to learn in doing this is the kind of the nucleus of the community. Everything kind of revolves around the school district in any given community. And a lot of people have opinions on that, because it impacts so many people. One thing you have always said is if someone has an issue with what's happening in our school buildings, come and talk to you. And it's funny because everything I hear is anyone that has talked to you, they come away very respectful of you and understanding what's happening. And people that don't, you can tell they haven't come and talked to you because they frankly don't know what they're talking about.
Yes, and some of those people that walked away may not have agreed with me still, but at least we parted on pretty good terms, typically.
Yeah. Mr. Nettles, just as you head into retirement, I know you're going to be taking on a role with, is it State Board of Education? No, what are you doing?
I don't
a
think
regional office.
Yeah, well, IASA, Illinois Association for School Administrators, which I've been a member of for 17 years. I'm going to help run. I'm going to run one of their professional development programs for them.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think the state board will ever hire me. I'm not sure they'll ever forgive me, but
yeah, I was going to say that would be interesting. The way that thing we went through a few years ago, I remember you fighting pretty hard with them. So, well, Mr. Nettles, I want to say that I have enjoyed our conversations. For one, I appreciate the school district, the way that you have overseen it the last several years. I could not want anywhere else for my kids to be in school. I try, and I truly mean that. I knowing what I know about so many places, there's nowhere else I want my kids to be in school. So thank you.
That's what I want to hear. Thank you. I've enjoyed this. This has been great.
Mr. Curt Nettles, Superintendent of Clinton Schools, our guest. Network News is now.
With SRN News.